calls and thinks they may be abusing their girlfriend, and what can you do if you feel like you are an abuser? The first thing that I want to say, especially about what can you do if you think you're an abuser, questioning whether or not your behavior is abusive is the first step. Because for someone who is abusing their partner, they are trying to maintain power and control over that other person. And for someone who is truly abusive and trying to exact that power, they take responsibility for absolutely nothing that is going on in that relationship. Everything is the victim's fault. If you had just done whatever, I wouldn't have to do this. I wouldn't have to say this to you if you just did what I said. So a true abuser takes responsibility for absolutely nothing. So questioning your own behaviors is a step in the right direction. And I think the question you have to ask yourself is, am I limiting my partner's ability to make their own choices and have equality in this relationship? Because that's what any healthy relationship is built on. It's built on equality, trust, respect, and safety. Are my behaviors doing something to make my partner feel unsafe in any way? Am I humiliating my partner? Am I putting my partner down? So questioning your behaviors, asking your partner how your behavior is making them feel is important too. Just be aware that someone who has been abused may not feel comfortable talking to their abuser about the behavior for fear of what could happen. So it may be helpful if you are feeling that your actions and behaviors are abusive to talk to somebody else about it and say, can you be honest, if I were doing this to you, how would it make you feel? So taking responsibility for your behaviors is step. And we have, I can't say that I have ever taken a call from someone on the hotline who has openly admitted that they've been abusing their partner. Like I said, abusers just don't take responsibility for their actions. There is a program located here in Biddeford. It's a batterers intervention program, and it's called Violence No More. And part of our responsibility as a domestic violence program is to monitor those classes, to make sure that batterers are being held accountable for the behavior, and that they are learning about cultural influences that support violence, that support gender-based violence, because domestic violence is a gender-based crime. It happens more often to women than it does to men. The statistic is that 85% of reported cases of domestic violence is men's violence against women. So like I said, part of our responsibility at Caring Unlimited is to monitor those classes. And I remember going to a particular class, and afterwards, one of the participants went up to the male teacher. They always have a male and female teacher for those classes. And he went up to the male teacher and he said, I want you to know that I'm not here because I'm mandated by the court, because most of the participants are mandated by the court. And he said, I'm not here, I'm here because I want to be here. I want to learn everything you have to teach me. I want to change my behaviors. I want to take responsibility. And I'm thinking, wow, because the recidivism rate of batterers who have been through these programs is extremely high. They don't fix an abuser. The only person that can change the abuser is them. They're responsible for their behaviors. Their responsibility is to themselves to change. And so I thought, wow, this is somebody who really gets it, who's identifying that his behavior has been abusive and he wants to change. This is great. And then he went up to the female teacher and said, you know, I just don't get it. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, and she still won't let me back in the house. And the female teacher looked at him and said, she doesn't ever have to let you back in that house, no matter what you do, no matter how many classes you attend. You have to think and remember about what you did to get yourself here. She never has to let you back or allow you or be in a relationship with you again. And I was like, oh, there's that entitlement again. There's that sense of, I deserve, I have the right to, I deserve this relationship. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and so she better do something back for me. And that's not it. But that's what an abuser believes, is their sense of entitlement, their right to have that control over every situation.